What's going on? St. Jolene first in the chat. Just a normal day here. St. Jolene's first in the chat. Good clap. We are doing some split screen action, watching the 2377 KvK. Not much going on the left side of the map. Many of the items on the left side are burning from 2377 and 73, but they are focused on the right side of the map. I honestly, 77 and their ally do not have any of these items burning. It looks to me like they are simply trying to drain 08 as much as they possibly can. Kingsland will be difficult for them, but it is a much smaller area where I think they can do well, unless their enemies continue to put pressure on them from the backside. Hey, Big Red. Car, good to see ya. Echo, okay, it should be gone now. Thank you. So we'll see, time will tell, but not a lot to do today. We'll take a look at our campmates and Storm of Stratagems here later, along with some of the other kingdoms that pick Storm of Stratagems. 1365 is in Storm of Stratagems. 1316 is in Storm of Stratagems. Who else? I think 1818 or 1188. One of the two. Let me just double check here. Yeah, 1188 is in Stratagems. 1568 is in Stratagems. $14.73 is in Stratagems. So I think there are enough other kingdoms with, or enough other camps with more power and more kill points than us that we may get dropped in the second Stratagems map if Lilith logically puts all the bigger groups into a single map. But we know how Lilith is. What's going on, Alloys? So I'm not going to stress about it. As always, we will play the cards that we are dealt, go and have as much fun as possible, and enjoy. Yeah, last minute there were several big kingdoms that switched over from Heroic Anthem to Stratagems. I think 1960, 1093 had them scared. What's up, Prince? But I mean, I'd be scared of 1962, right? No way a kingdom like ours could face them. None. Now, Carr doesn't scare me, but the rest of the players in that kingdom do. But I honestly think all that's happening here is they're trying to drain their enemies to make their enemies less effective, or the face. Okay, appreciate that. Face 1960 moment. And this left side ain't even worth watching, so I'm gonna power down the tablet there. We're gonna go back to the single screen. Conserve some battery there on the tablet. We'll come back if things heat up. But how's everyone else doing today? Car, how are you doing? Alloys, what's the most recent Lego set you've put together? Jolene jumps in the chat. She's first, but then she doesn't say anything after that. I see Ape here. Throwing another 3K at your account for KvK1. Wow. That's insane. You'd be better off just buying an account for 3K and using it in KvK 5, 6, 7. Although there are lots and lots of changes for brand new players and brand new kingdoms these days. 2 research queues, 2 builder. Well, I think you can do 3 builder queues, if I'm not mistaken. And then lots of events that let you get early game commanders. Mario Kart set. My son should be getting his Switch 2 on June 5th. So that's what? A week from today, right? And I think he took off of work the entire weekend. Just to play his Switch. A second here, my mic is not set up correctly. If I need to mute. Okay, there we go. I told him I'd buy a Switch 1 from him for $25, so we'll see if he goes for that. .4 million T4 infantry. Take rallies and train more and weaken the enemies. I don't know, Ape. I really don't know. Let's go look at our allies, right? Let's look at our allies for starters. So it is us and 2687. When I look at 2687, and these stats that I'm about to show you are courtesy of Hero Scrolls. Come on, keep opening the wrong folder. Desktop. Alright, so this is 1029. You got your top 10. Forza, Stitch, Ballsy, Hawkeye, Redline, Snow Goose, Black Kaiser, Lambo, Animal, Utrecht. That's power-wise. Kill points, it's Forza, Redline, Lambo, Alloys, Utrecht, Coco, Ape, Master King, Shadow, and Apo. Deads, it's Forza, Lambo, Nugget, Redline, Utrecht, Aster, Alloys, Nightwolf, John Paul Jones, and Ballsy. Top 100. I don't know what the roll-up is, but let's look at our allies, right? They're a lean, mean BC Kingdom. We look at the top 10 here. Power, they've got Orion at 222 million power. Lucas, Graveyard. So they've got 10 decent players here as far as power goes. One really good player, 222 million. Kill points, they've got a couple at 19 billion kill points. Then we go 12, 10, 10, 10, 10, 9, 8, 8. Deads, 101 million deads. 74 million deads, 50 million deads. So we know these guys are fighters. You know, that's why we teamed up with them. Very good group of players that communicate well and they like to have fun. Being in the Discord with them, they like to have fun. But looking at some of these other kingdoms in this KvK, right? It's going to be interesting. You got 1365 and 3510 at 55 billion power. Here we are at 19 billion power. They've got 2,773 billion kill points. 1316, 2765, 24 billion power, 1.2 billion kill points. So if we just look at kill points, right, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 other camps that have more kill points than we do, that have more power than we do, 7. Nope, nope, no. What, 32 billion power compared to 19 billion power? So in theory, right, if matchmaking works, you would put the 6 camps with the most kill points in the single KvK map. And then you would put the next 6 camps with the next 6 levels of kill points in another KvK map. But I'm not going to hold my breath. Right? I mean, like, look at this. The 39 billion power with only 597 billion kill points between the two of them. So, I mean, these 2 camps, or these 2 kingdoms, at 39 billion power, have less kill points than just 1029 does. So it all depends what they use to do the matchmaking. Are they using kill points? Are they using deads? Are they using activity? Are they, you know, it all depends. I would not be surprised if we get dropped in the same map as 1365. Not at all. Lilith does what Lilith wants, right? We have no control over it, which is why I'm not even going to try and worry about it until we're there. You know, as a test, we have, where's our alliance settings? Where are we here? Info, right? No. Where do I see the kingdom language? I think I gotta scroll out for that, right? Just as a test, we changed our language to Chinese. Just to see if we get a better matchup. I joke about it all the time, you know, that if we changed our language to Chinese, we'd get a more favorable matchup. And Mad Mania went and did it. So, we'll see what happens. I'm not going to hold my breath, right? But at the same time, it's worth a shot. You know, we don't do some of the crazy stuff that many of these kingdoms do, you know, double fill our hospitals during matchmaking or remove all our armaments and all our equipment and all our formations and all that stuff. We don't do any of that crazy stuff. I mean, if we look at, I think it's in gift level here, right? Maybe. Somewhere. There we go. I mean, if you take activity level, we're a DC kingdom. So, well, 1316 is mainly Chinese. With the recent migrations that we got, our alliance kills are at 618 billion. So I mean, it's Kara's Asian. He'll fit perfectly in 1029. I mean, that's very respectable for a kingdom with 71 main accounts, right? If you ask me. But I mean, we're still an AC kingdom based on what this KvK is telling us anyway. But it'll be nice to have not that previous allies weren't proper fighting alliances, but it'll be nice to be playing with a proper kingdom. Now, it could be problematic though as well, since there's only one other kingdom in our camp. It's an A and a B kingdom. Right, we're used to Heroic Anthem or Tides of War that you have 4 kingdoms in your camp, and usually those are the 3 kingdoms can at least fill a ton of flags and fill a ton of rallies. Changing language doesn't always work. Yeah, it doesn't, right? It could throw us in the same map because we have the same language. So I know we tried it once in the past. We switched to Arabic at one time. Just ensure you have 50 shells available. Yeah, we've got plenty of alliances here we can use. Do we plan to merge the two kingdoms? I don't think we've gotten that far yet, Ape. We're still in the newlywed stage. The leaders are getting to know each other. But that would probably be, you know, get all the fighters in a single alliance and put all the farms in another alliance. That would make sense to me. We have not played Keener Blades yet. We have heard probably at least 75% of the feedback I've gotten on Keener Blades is that sucks. Don't do it. You know, if we could do Orleans, we would have 100% done Orleans, but we were waiting for Redline to migrate here. Orleans Pop was the last KvK Pop. You know, I'm just going to give an honest opinion here. At this point in the game, with very few what I would call super Imperium kingdoms out there, Imperium kingdoms should almost be forced into the same KvK map. There's really no reason for 1365 to register in stratagems. And there are other mega Imperium kingdoms that are in the other map format. You know, I mean, yeah, once you hit 2 trillion kill points or 1.5 or, you know, it can be problematic for some of the lower end kingdoms. Absolutely. 360, that's a possibility also. They could get no match found, which would potentially move us up into the one of the top 6 camps and force us into a map with them. But we'll see. They say they didn't get enough speed ups. That's what everyone says. That's why 1316 didn't want a 3 versus 1 last KvK. Not that we wanted a 3 versus 1. But they had just come out of a difficult KvK. They didn't have speed ups, blah, blah, blah. So, but I mean, those, let's face facts though, guys. Those kingdoms, those mega imperiums, with the Hopes and the Lions and the Seawills and the Addies and the, you know, all those players in 1960 that buy every single bundle. Lilith is in this to make money. They couldn't give 2 shits about what Kingdom 1029 does when we have maybe 3 or 4 players here, 5 or 6 players here that would even be allowed in 1960. Right? You know, I mean, of all the players in our kingdom, I think myself, Redline, of course, Forza, and there's maybe 2 or 3 other players that 960 would even consider for migration, should we ever decide to go there. Right? So if there's only 4 or 5 players here buying every crystal bundle, buying every Mountain Warfare bundle, maxing tech as quickly as possible, when we ask for something or when we tell Lilith that this needs to be changed, they could care less. If they did 2 fighting domains, though, Skitty, then they'd potentially be in KvKs with mid-size AC kingdoms, and many kingdoms. I mean, we know this. Many kingdoms struggle against us. Last KvK, it was basically 4 kingdoms versus 1 in Zone 5, and if they didn't all start ganging up on us, we were dominating them for the first 24 hours. Yeah, Abe, I'm sure in 1960, and you and Mester King, and there's a fair number of players that would thrive in a kingdom like that. But many of us are in a lower AC kingdom because we got tired of that Imperium life. Personally, I don't much care for the domain system myself. Not that we have to worry about it, but I mean, you get a second or third domain in your KvK that isn't going to fight, that could ruin the KvK for everybody. Once again, guys, you know, credit where credit is due. Oops, that did not copy and paste correctly. We get a lot of our stats and stuff now from Hero Scrolls. We're going to put a link here in chat. We also use Pro Kingdoms. The guys at Pro Kingdoms, the guys at Hero Scrolls, they have been absolutely fantastic whenever I have questions. So I strongly recommend both of those websites. You know, typically we go to Hero Scrolls to pull that kingdom data. Use Pro Kingdoms to go and look up data from prior KvKs. We don't know quite who we're fighting yet, Redline, and welcome to the chat, Redline. Drop a link to Redline's channel in here in case you are not subscribed. Redline is the newest Kraken in 1029. If you don't know him, you've been living under a rock. Well, one could say Redline lives under a rock in his, 900 square foot house now. Dolphin, yeah, I don't know, Kraken, you'll see. Don't know who we're fighting, Redline, but we'll bring it up again here on the screen, right? We have 1365 in one camp. They're at 55 billion power, 2.7 trillion kill points. 1316 is in a camp, 2765, 1188, and 1888. You know, just looking at these group pairings that are done, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 AB groups that have more power and more kill points than our group does. Right? I mean, by power, we're the 1, 2, 3. We're like the 4th lowest in power. So, we'll see. We'll see what map they put us in and who we're matched against. I'm not holding my breath, though. Either way, we go in, we have fun, we make the most of it, and do our best. How's 1029 treating you? What, like we're gonna mistreat Redline? Come on. If we have to fight 1365, then Lambo may need to learn how to cheeseburger. Red will be running XY Nevsky rallies? No. Oh yeah, I could not bring myself to micromanage a march and cheeseburger. It's yeah, way too much time. Way too much time. Well, I Redline, and I'm sorry, I had meant to tell you this before you migrated. You should probably refine everything you can before you come to 1029, because the luck percentage, if you're in 1960, I think they're at like 75% luck versus 11% luck. So I'm sorry, I forgot to message you that. Upgraded everything. Outstanding. I mean, I need 7 Lapu Lapu heads tonight at reset in the daily chest to go to my next level, to get my next skill. I guarantee you I get 1 or 2. Yeah, I'd rather just log off than cheeseburger. 100% there. So you're definitely getting 2 per day until it's finally, yeah. I mean, I'll get here's the story, Redline. I'll get 1 or 2 live on stream, and then Carl send me a screenshot where he got 14 or 16. Just to rub it in my face. You know, and then I see you in 1960, refined 75%, instant crit, refined 75%. I'm like, damn. I'm in the wrong kingdom. And we should join 1960. Save up a bunch of materials, a bunch of blueprints, and then just join 1960 for 30 days so I can refine everything and then come back. Now that we've switched our language to Chinese, our luck will improve. You know, that's fair point. Fair point. We'll see. We'll see. I think it'll be funny, though, if we go into diplomacy and somebody sees that our kingdom language is Chinese and they start messaging Mad Mania in Chinese. That'd be freaking hilarious. Even the alliance chest will be better, says Epo. Flap says he'll try this in the morning. He's been collecting materials. Ape will handle everything diplomacy. So yeah, I mean, we were gonna go into this KvK and tell Nugget and Forza just to go do the Diplo. But yeah, hopefully Mad Mania doesn't have a bad experience with Diplo like he did last KvK. That's where I'm at, Redline and Car, but unfortunately, oftentimes I get dragged into Diplo and have to make peace between an angry, drunk British person and the rest of our allies. There's Bad Mania.
Bear, you're an inspiration for bird control.
Last KvK was a difficult one, though, from a Diplo perspective. Right, you had Water Camp, who had 2 out of 4 of their kingdoms saying they would not fight at all unless it was a 3 versus 1. We would not do a 3 versus 1 because our players would not have had fights until Kingsland. And I can't tell Forza, oh, yep, we're going into KvK. We're doing a 3 versus 1 against Fire Camp. And yeah, by the way, you won't be able to fight for 30 days until we get to Kingsland. And then it'll probably be maybe 2 or 3 days of fighting and everybody's done. That just would not sit well with Forza. That would not sit well with me or the rest of the players in this kingdom. And then you're trying to split rewards. If you win, you're trying to split rewards between 3 camps. No. Well, I mean, at that point, we were gonna just attack anyone who was next to us. Depot. We wanted fights. We were not gonna just sit until Kingsland and not get fights. So we declared we would fight anyone and everyone. If you look at Fire Camp came and they were attacking water and they were attacking earth at Pass 7. So that Earth and Water, who did then ally with each other, so that Earth and Water could not put pressure on us. And that was strategy by Fire, right? The enemy of my enemy is my friend. They knew in a 2v1v1 scenario, the best chance that they had was to ensure that Wind Camp, which was us, got into Kingsland and continued attacking whoever we touched. Right? So yeah, Fire Camp had markers up, do not attack Wind Camp. It wasn't because we had allied at that point in time. Not until the accusations started flying from Water and Earth Camp did we formally ally with Fire Camp as a big middle finger to both of them. What's up, Maya? I think we still have a Maya command here. It's been a while since she stopped by. It'll be nice to fight with a BC kingdom that appears to have several Krakens themselves, appears to be quality fighters, and communicates very well. I don't know that they quite understand Mad Mania or Paranoia's humor yet, but they'll learn. No, I'm a part-time streamer now. 2 or 3 days a week, whenever I feel like it. Besides, Apple, that son of a bitch, he took my streaming time slot. I used to stream religiously at 22:30 UTC. 5 or 6 days a week. Then Apple started his stream at 21 UTC. Cherokee just joined with all of his viewers. Thank you, Cherokee. Appreciate you, sir. appreciate you very much. If you guys don't know Cherokee, we're gonna try and find a link to his channel here that I can drop in chat. Give me just a second. There we go. If you don't know who Cherokee is, please go visit his channel and drop a subscription on it while you got a second here. Good to see you, sir. Appreciate the raid. Thank you once again. If you're coming from Cherokee's channel, please be sure and drop a like. Hit that subscribe button. We're slowly working our way to 5K subs, at which time we'll be doing a giveaway. We can zero Apple and solve the problem. You know, I have given him 2 weeks now to get his wife flowers. We gave him a decent donation, $25. Then others donated also so that he could buy his wife flowers. It's been 2 weeks. So he's walking a tightrope. He's walking a tightrope. And I know Appo's not here, but let's play it. There we go. Apocalypse Gaming. Where are we? Where are we? Here we go.
The night is young, we go, it's strong till dawn. Up all night till the morning comes, we love it so. We go, it's strong for more. Let's get it on and rave all night long. We're the party pioneers. We will bring the fire when we go for a ride.
There we go. There we go. No, I enjoy watching Appo too. It's I miss his streams when I'm streaming, right? But at the same time, this is the best time for me. It's in the evening. It's right before reset, so it's yeah, it is what it is. Admin is saying the car oil up. Okay. Let's throw a poll up here about this KvK we are watching. Who wins? 2377 plus their allies or the 3 other camps? We'll find us some farms, Mad Mania. He was trying, Matt. He was trying. I'm sure he told you the story behind that, always. I mean, honestly, the fact that none of these forts are on fire makes me believe that 77 is simply trying to drain these guys. 4 kings left. That's it. I mean, this Kingsland is super small. I think that works to 77's advantage. is that the number of players that these other 3 camps have that are going to be trying to port in. I mean, they won't be able to get them all in there, especially with these mountains. Right, so small Kingsland plays to the advantage of 77. What these guys have to continue to do is put pressure on them through this past 7. Same thing up here. You know, let these camps that are fresh come in and do the bulk of the open fielding in Kingsland. But I'm no territory guy, I'm no strategy guy, that's just my thoughts. Proud of Mad that he gave an interview on Apo stream and 1029 didn't get canceled. Well, we have yet to see what happens there. They may hold it against us in our matchmaking ape, so don't counter. Don't count your chickens before they hatch. I was watching Apo's stream yesterday when he shared some of those reports. Yeah, Victor, I'm in the same boat as you. You know, this gets quite boring when it's you know, attack, refresh, come back, murder ball, attack, refresh, fight in all these cities. It I want to see those rallies. I want to see them push the field and pop the anchor and rally the fort and reinforce the rally, and that's the fun stuff. So I completely agree with you there. Is farming KP under the present pretense of draining? Yeah, I mean, it stands to reason that they want to drain at least one of these camps as much as possible to make them less effective in Kingsland. Is it farming KP? I mean, at the end of the day, what KP is just a number. So there has to be a method to the madness. Most past 7 fights are boring, says Shadow. A lot of them are. Well, at least they're fighting here, and it's not just sitting behind the pass for hours and hours and hours staring at each other. Yeah, you should probably eat, Maya. Food is a good thing. Beef stew for dinner myself. That was good. And the most boring part of the game right here, siege towers. Not a huge fan. 12:43 a.m. Good Lord. At least have a protein bar, an energy bar, or something. Alright, let's come back to this. Let me get some farmers out. Let me see if they've left me any level 2 gem nodes here. couple. I think someone was telling me that we should get the new Archer commanders right before Kingsland. So that'll be good. Give them a proper run through then. Darn right I'm a gem farmer. I wish 2377 could win, just seems impossible. 2377 is no longer a gold Imperium. Oh look, I missed this one here. Let's send our we'll get you over there. My thing is, right, I think a small Kingsland plays in 2377's favor. I really, really do. And here's the thing also. In 1 versus 3, you got 3 kingdoms then competing for the star at the end. Should the 3 camps win? Who gets the star? One of these camps hasn't even fought yet. We could see a civil war yet over the star at the end here. God only knows. I don't know if a fair matchup would have been 2377 with any of these other camps, right? But at the same time, yeah, 3 versus 1. That's definitely hard. Well, 77 can be online 24/7. I think they've got groups of individuals that assist them in that aspect. Abdul, it's hard for me to say without knowing the power and kill points and all that from the various camps at the start of this KvK. But yeah, if this was a 2 versus 2, I think there were kingdoms on the opposite side that would have just said, fuck it, we're not going to fight them. They would take their ball and go home, so to speak. Electro King, what's going on, sir? You guys should know Electro King by now, but if you do not and you are in need of graphics of any kind, he does all my intros, outros, overlays, everything, you name it, he does it. Emojis, profile pictures, etc., etc. If you need anything graphics related, you can find him on my Discord server. Just reach out to him, tell him Lambo sent you. It won't get you a discount, it won't get you any free shit, it won't give me any free shit. But just so he knows who referred you. There's King Schmuck in the house as well. any 3 versus 1 is hard. You pretty much have to have 24/7 uptime. Right? And the state of this game these days without pilots, yeah, that's impossible. See Snow Goose in the house as well. What's going on, Goose? Schmuggo? What is a schmuggo? If anyone can do it, though, 2377 can. And like I said, I think a small Kingsland favors them. Their enemies just have to put pressure on them from the backside while they maintain fighting in Kingsland. That's where you would give 77 problems. 77 is got their entire kingdom together along with 73, and they are all fighting together in a single location in Kingsland. I think they're pretty much unstoppable. But if you can spread them out and have fights over here, fights here, and then still be putting pressure on them through these past 7s, and even through these past 5s, right? Then, even in which zone is it? This zone here, and this zone here, maybe this zone here. Right? If you can still pester them on the backside. Spread them thin. That's where the 3 kingdoms or 3 camps have a serious advantage. But if those 3 camps just try and fight them in Kingsland, I think 77's got the upper hand still. I really do. But again, that's my opinion. What do I say? Opinions are like assholes. Everyone has one. Yeah, when does their King's Island open tomorrow or Saturday? Yeah, I don't stream as often as I used to, but Maya doesn't make my streams a priority. Makes me sad. Those are some fast marches. Didn't this past 7 open yesterday? So that's 3 days, right? So we got Wednesday. Yeah, I think it should probably be Saturday. We'll see what the family plans are for this weekend, and I'll maybe throw up a stream. And I gotta work this weekend. I have not had an actual day off of work since Saturday the 3rd. It's okay, because in June I have off the 19th, the 20th, the 21st, the 22nd. And I will have off the 28th, 29th, 30th, and then July 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. We've got some vacation time down here. I took those days off before I even knew when our passes opened. Those line up perfectly with pass 4 and pass 7, I do believe. side of the map? Is that why we don't see any people over here? Oh yeah. All came over here for a little bit. Stay over here for a little while, maybe heal those for a bit. Gotta annoy someone. You don't have to annoy anyone. You choose to annoy people if you're trying to be annoying. But you're not annoying today. Yeah, I like those skills in Tides of War myself, Victor. The tear down, I think it is. Maybe that's Arco Osiris, right? But in Tides of War, you've got a skill to build flags faster, build AFs faster. You've got a skill to increase the burn time by 50%. Those are always fun. That's why I like Tides of War. Tides of War, the thing that could change is the all damage buff that you get seems to always start after fighting in a specific zone is over. We're going to leave it here for just a second. I'm going to run and use the facilities, so I'll be right back. Much better. Did you like that, Maya? Go, enjoy your food. Enjoy your food. Have a good morning. Oops. Not much here, though. What did we craft the other day? What did we refine the other day? I forget. We may have taken one of these to level 4, maybe? Or was it on the Arthur March? I forget. We refined something the other day. Thank you for the reminder, Nightbot. Yes, if you're watching and haven't done so yet, please subscribe, hit that like button. Support is greatly appreciated. If you can't support through donations, that's perfectly fine. Interactions are the best way to do it. I want to get you back in here before I forget. I missed the Home Kingdom gem nodes, finding them in a 5 kingdom starting zone. Well, yeah, when you're in KvK and you have 4 or 5 kingdoms in your starting zone, even if you find a gem node, the chances of your troops getting there before somebody else's seems like they always get poached. You know, I'll send marches out to 5 level 3 gem nodes. You know, cycle through to another account, and then come back, and all 5 of my marches are home because somebody else sent there after I already did. Well, this is my 3777 account, not in any alliance. I'm just trying to get all my farming tech done so that I can move this over to 1029 once this kingdom hits Season of Conquest. So if you're a player in 377, just ignore me. I'm not farming in any alliance territory. Just leave me be, please. It's not like my 5 million power will count towards your matchmaking anyway, since I am the 912th ranked person by power in here, so you're fine. You're fine. We're the little green machine. I'm not farming in alliance territory. You can just leave me alone, pretend like I don't exist. I'm okay with that. Is Saladin worth spending? The nice thing about Saladin is you can just min-max him. 5551 is all you need Saladin at. Is Saladin a good commander for KvK2? He is. But the thing that you'll want to balance out is, okay, are you playing the long game here? You invest universals in Saladin to get him to that 5551? Or do you just skip him altogether, suck it up until you get to Season of Conquest KvKs when there are much, much better commanders than Saladin? So that's a decision that you have to make in the early game these days, is do I invest in some of these early game commanders like the Saladins, like the Alexes? Or do I just save as much as I possibly can for Season of Conquest? It depends. It depends on your spending level, to be honest. I'm not the right person to ask, Jacko, but you know, if you're a cavalry player, or you have the best cavalry gear that you can have for KvK2, it might be a worthwhile investment, but depends where your other commanders are as well. I don't know how many commanders they'll let you swap at the end of KvK 2 going into 3. how many gold heads you have to burn and actually invest in them, right? I mean, on one of my farm accounts, I still have Saladin at 5551, and I think William at 5511. But that account's in the cloud. I really don't use it at all anymore. I mean, it honestly depends if you're playing short game or long game. You know, if you plan to be playing this game for the next few years through multiple Season of Conquest, and your kingdom is okay with you not performing as well because you're using epic commanders in KvK 2, and they understand how you're playing on the account, then maybe it's not a worthwhile investment. I honestly think probably the best scenario for somebody who's just starting this game, and I get it, you get lots of free stuff now. You have much more events than we ever had back 6 years ago. Thank you for the subscription, by the way. To progress a lot quicker, but in the same respect, you're being thrown into KvKs a lot quicker than we were six and a half years ago. Right? So I get it. But if you're going to invest in this game, spend money in this game because you really enjoy the game, maybe you just play through KvK 1, KvK 2 as a free-to-play player, and then there are lots of really good accounts you can get for less than $5,000. And they would be better accounts than they would be if you were spending money through KvK 1. Exactly, Car. We got expertise Mina, not sure if you need to get Saladin or not. I don't remember Saladin and Mina pairing very well together. Who are you running Mina with? Many people laugh, but Mina Pelagius, fairly decent march. Okay, Mina CC, you don't want to break them up. So if you get Saladin, who would you pair him with? I've seen a lot of people run Saladin. Ethelfled. I don't know how Saladin pairs with some of the epic commanders like 5Rs. Possibly one of those two. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm one of those people, life is short, live life for the moment. So if I was in your shoes, yeah, I'd probably be getting Saladin. Is it the right choice for everyone, though? I can't say. I mean, I think back in the day, I played this game for over a year before we even had our first KvK. KvK was, all you did was Civil War then. KvK was not even something that, you heard rumors about it becoming a thing, but every kingdom I was in would say, oh, we need to stop attacking each other, work together, save for KvK. But then those mightiest governors popped up and all the drama started. I think we're going to be okay on resources, though. Resources. 53 million, 53 million, 40, or excuse me, billion, 44 billion, 34 billion. We'll be all right there. Although last KvK, I think I spent 10 million of each. None of you want to see me farm gems, so let's go find a different KvK to watch, right? See if there's fighting in any of these other KvKs. Really? There's just 2 KvKs where there's fighting? It's a 77 KvK, that's the one we were watching. Let's take a peek at this one. 30 GT. Does that mean they're half as good as 60 GT? It's not the Amazon GT, it's the AliExpress GT. Nugget, you got a fan here, Mr. Nugget. Yeah, we got what? We got 30 GT in here, and we've got 3065. That's 1327. $29.21. I'm sorry, I don't know any of these kingdoms. 28.89. Watching one of the KvK ones, and there was a 160 million whales stomping everyone. Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna be honest here. You should not get stars for KvK 1 or KvK 2 or KvK 3. Wait till Kingdoms to get the Season of Conquest to start giving them stars. I mean, seriously. You're not playing a real KvK until you play your first KvK 5. First Season of Conquest with the big boys. And I'm not trying to be rude here or disrespectful or anything, but normally you take one continent, which is 4 kingdoms now in a KvK, and there's pretty much a clear winner from the start. And then everyone migrates to that kingdom, and they typically do well in KvK 2 and KvK 3 also. It's just funny the number of kingdoms coming out of KvK 4 that talk a lot of smack, and then they get absolutely shredded when they go up against older kingdoms with older players. Came out of KvK 1 looking like we would win, but our allied kingdom couldn't even push into Kingsland. Ouch. 29 is a dead kingdom. Yeah, I mean they're pumping out kingdoms. So there's what, a new kingdom every day and a half on average. It's ridiculously crazy how fast they're pumping out kingdoms. What's going on, Mike? Good to see you. 2489. Are you guys in KvK still yet? Registered? Off season? Oh, which one did you register for? I don't think I saw you in Storm of Stratagems, so it's got to be Heroic Anthem or Keener Blades. Oof, only 79 registered for Keener Blades. If you're in Heroic Anthem, there's no reason you shouldn't get a match. We got 1960 and 1093 both registered in there. We had 1365 last minute come to Stratagems. 1316 is in here somewhere. What is it? 11? Is it 1188 or 18? Yeah, 1188 is in here also. So we could be having some interesting matchups in our KvK here. But I did not see 2489 in Stratagems. So it's either Heroic Anthem or. I mean, it's not like you guys can change it now. There's no harm in telling us which one of these three you've registered for. How old is my account? What are we at? Very old. We started playing this game on January 13th, 2019 at 5:24 a.m. 2,329 consecutive login days. Started in Kingdom 1207. They took the pass from 2377. Yeah, it was Rise of Civilizations when I first started. Burn the Pikachu. You're Young minus 2018. I think they started what, in October or so, 2018? That's the first time in a long time I've ever been called young. There was not a lot. There were not a lot of events when the game first came out. Progression was not nearly as quick as it is today with all the events. There was no Ceroli, no Silk Road. What kept me playing? Community. Boredom, community. We had low hard rally parties, right? Right? I mean, I think what kept me going for 3 years was my OCD and getting all my commanders to level 60. Right? And that's doing Guardians twice a day on the Lost Temple and 3 shrines religiously for 3 years in a row. And I mean, that's literally what I plan my days around. Civil Wars were, yeah, I mean, it's different when you're in Home Kingdom and you can be attacked on Alliance territory, right? I mean, there were many nights that I went to sleep and, you know, you'd have to pop a bubble. Ooh, 77's got flags on fire. Right next to Chisgo. What are you doing, Chiz? You're letting them burn you. You pop a bubble, you set an alarm for 15 minutes before that bubble comes off. You wake up, you know. Are we at peace again? Am I safe to go farm? No, we're not. Okay, we're popping the bubble again. Oh, and the Civil Wars were over stupid shit too, right, Mike? Oh, so-and-so was farming on my territory, so I attacked them. Or the gem nodes on the left side of the map are for XYZ Alliance, the gem nodes on the right side of the map are for ABC Alliance. Your players were farming gem nodes on our side of the map. Or, you know, you built territory bordering ours, that's an act of war. Right? I mean, there were so many civil wars over some of the dumbest things. Oh, those are our guardians. You're not supposed to hit those guardians. Those are our guardians. Go hit your own guardians. What's up, Fly? One civil war because an alliance was rallying barb forts in another alliance's territory. Yeah, I mean, just some of the stupidest things. I mean, literally back then we looked for any excuse to fight. I mean, that's what it was. We had an entire alliance melted since they wouldn't delete 2 flags to let the top alliance get the gold. Yeah. Yeah. Richard Boudica was a tank. Right. Oof. I don't know if they timed that good enough. Double rally here, but in my opinion, Scipio should have been the tank. I think 77 just keeps going to each side of the map. You know, when the forts get low on this side, they'll come, they'll take the pass. They'll have some fun over here until the forts on the other side get low, and then they'll rotate back to the other side. Oh, those you get so many kill points. Richard Charles versus Richard Charles. Absolutely. I mean, there would be 2 days straight where you couldn't farm because everyone was running around the home kingdom map, killing T1 farmers for kill event points. When I was in 1207, I would just bubble for 2 days straight, as you had players from the main alliance that would leave the alliance and swarm cities for kill event points. Even though they weren't supposed to, it was against the kingdom rules. But the main alliance was like, oh, well, they were not in the alliance when they were swarming cities, so we can't do anything about it. Well, what do you mean? You run the kingdom. Hey, Darian, good to see you. Well, yeah, we had the rule in 1207, no cities also, but players didn't listen, and they wouldn't get punished if they were not in an alliance when they were doing it. Exactly. Check the report. He wasn't in the alliance. What's the problem? Why are you coming to me about it? Well, he was in your alliance before he attacked the city. Immediately after he attacked the city, he rejoined your alliance. He is obviously a member of your alliance and just dropped tags to attack the city. So, I mean, 1207, when I was there, I went to sleep every night wondering if I would wake up zeroed or not. It was an awful situation to be in. You guys who have watched me for a while know I'm never short of expressing my opinion. And sometimes I'm very direct, to the point, and blunt with my opinion. And the Chinese leadership in that kingdom did not necessarily appreciate that. Onyx, good to see you. After 1207, we went to 1039, which was home of Solomar and the White Tigers. Very successful in KvK 1 there. Not a single KvK after that, though. There were too many players there just for gold chests that refused to fight. We stayed for a while there. I think we won 1 KvK, lost 4 KvKs until the alliance I was in said, okay, it's time to go elsewhere. Then we went to 1052. Had a nice run in 1052. Won Osiris League Season 3 there with OB. Some very successful KvKs there. That's where I met the 1029 crew. Came here and it's been fantastic ever since. Six years and 4 kingdoms. I guess that's not too bad. Hopefully see you in a week. We registered, Onyx. We are registered for Storm of Stratagems here. What's up, Pepe? I was in the KvK 1. Well, Chisgo left in the middle of that KvK, right? He went to 1039 in the middle of that KvK. No, as I understand it, Onyx, you guys were skipping another registration. You had to get some migrants in. At least that's what I was told. Mike, right? After we all zeroed ourselves for the Zone 3 in Home Kingdom, KvK was announced. Oh yeah, and yeah, because I was in 1039 and Chisco migrated to 1039 in the middle of the KvK. Then he stayed, and our KvK 2 was 1039 was against, I think, 1016, which had Roni and a Dragothian in it. And we got absolutely crushed because a lot of people there were just there for gold chests. 25 million power coming out of KvK 1. That's not bad, especially how quickly you get thrown into KvK 1. Not bad at all. I think KvK 3, I think we played 1093. It was awful. It was awful. The alliance I was in tried to rebuild 1039. But players, there was a council. There was a council of players in 1039, and you couldn't zero anyone without getting council approval. Like, these guys didn't do anything in KvK 1, KvK 2, KvK 3, or KvK 4. Oh, but they're our friends. They might come back to the game. We don't want to zero them. You know, the fun thing is, since I've been in 1029, we played against 1207, my first kingdom. We absolutely kicked the shit out of them. We played against 1039, my second kingdom. Absolutely kicked the shit out of them. And then, not last KvK, but the KvK before that, we played against 1052, which was my third kingdom. And we did quite well. We didn't win the KvK, but, you know, 1052 is not the same 1052 that it was back in the day.
You left me alone inside these empty, broken walls.
Onyx, we had you guys on the ropes. Don't lie here. We had you guys on the ropes. And 1052, who was in your camp, Onyx. How do we put this? Well, I guess I can't put it nicely. They really didn't do shit for being an Imperium Kingdom. And Pepe, I know you were in 1052. There isn't close with horseshoes and hand grenades. If you guys didn't back build flags, we would have had you out of Kingsland in 6 hours, 8 hours. Your back building flags is what won you that KvK. It wasn't Fire Camp coming to help you, because their troops melted like butter in the Phoenix sun. You guys definitely should have got the star of that KvK. Your back building flags is what won you that. Oh yeah, been on Voice with Bad Boy. He said you guys kept asking Fire to come and help. They were basically free burning Earth Camp in the top, and they were not coming, they were not coming, they were not coming, so that really forced you guys into back building some of the flags. Oh yeah, that's all they were doing. That's all they were doing. They were not playing. Yeah, they were going for DKP so that they could use that against you in the end for the star. Absolutely. They did not take into consideration the fact that you guys fought the harder of the two camps in that KvK. Redline is here. Yes, he is. And the proof is right here. Oh, looks like my gem farmers are home. Captain Stinkfist says there's always level 2s up by me. Let's find his city and see. Maybe I gotta look by Captain Stinkfist more often. Look at that. Look at that. Go yell at Bad Boy for not putting into MM. What's MM? Oh, matchmaking. They looked fairly good, Victor. I will bring up and share the Hero Scrolls Kingdom scan that we have of them here in just a second. Alright, so their top 10 power range from 222 million down to 103 million. Kill points wise, they have two players at 19 billion. When we get down in the 12 to 10, the 10, the 10 to 10, the 9 to 8 to 8. Deads, they've got a player with 101 million deads. And we're looking at 7450, 3 in the 40s, 3, 4 in the 30s. So it's a very good B-Seed kingdom. You know, I think they said they got like 50 or so main accounts, 50 or 60 main accounts. So Hero Scrolls is what I use. If you go to their website, which I'm going to put in the chat here for you. Just give it a second to load here so I can copy it. You can basically use their interface to look at the various kingdoms. In order to get scans like that, though, you have to sign up on their Discord. Now, they give me some special perks because I'm a content creator, and I will plug them. I will plug their link in the chat here whenever I share their data, which it's only right to do. Give credit where credit is due. So I do get some scans for free here and there. But kings of various kingdoms can sign up in their Discord. They can buy coins so that they can run their own scans. And there's a command that you put in a certain Discord chat, and it will spit out a scan typically within 5 minutes or less. You can scan an entire KvK. You can scan a single kingdom. They got a very good system set up there. I also use Pro Kingdoms if I want to look back at KvK history for certain kingdoms. So we looked at some of the history for the kingdom we are teamed up with. In their past 3 KvKs, they were typically one of the top kingdoms as far as DKP goes. But in looking at the stats with all of the kingdoms who have registered for stratagems, right? I mean, you've got some crazy numbers here. 55 billion power, 2.73 trillion kill points. But that, again, is 1365 in there. You've got 1188 and 1888 at 38 billion power, 1.7 trillion. 1568, 3159, 42 billion power, 1.5 trillion. Here we are, our little group here is only at 19 billion power, 881 million kill points. So, there are 6 other AB groups that have considerably more power than we do, and more kill points than we do. So, we're keeping our fingers crossed that we do not get into a KvK with them. I don't know. You'd have to go to Hero Scrolls, Jacko, sign up on their Discord and ask them, but I can run a scan anytime, any day. I just put the command in there, and their bot figures it out, and it scans the kingdom and spits out the spreadsheet for me. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. If we get 1365 in our KvK map, I will be very disappointed in the matchmaking that Lilith has done, because there are 6 kingdoms or 6 camps with considerably more power and kill points that should all be in the same stratagems map, right? You should not be putting a 19 billion power camp in the same camp as other AB seeds that are totaling 55 billion power, 40 billion power, 30 billion power. It just doesn't make sense. Yeah, there's a limited number of scans that I can do for free, Jacko, so I'm not gonna abuse their generosity. So I'm sorry, I can't scan your kingdom for you. Yeah, go to Hero Scrolls, sign up on their Discord. They've got everything on there you need to know. A lot of people used to use Fleisch for their scans, but the way Hero Scrolls has it set up, you can pop a scan at any time. Whereas Fleisch, you'd have to coordinate with him to run the scan, and then wait for him to get off his ass and run the data. And You know, but here, Aero Scrolls is my go-to for instant scans, like when the fighting stops. You know, you can just request a scan. Again, I use ProKingdoms.com for a lot of the real-time. If I just want to see a quick refresh of what's going on in the KvK without having a scan pulled, ProKingdoms.com is the place to go. And if I want to see past KvK performances, ProKingdoms.com has that data if you're a premium member, and that's only $4 a month. Fighting over here too again? A little bit, a little bit. Go. Grab some water. I'll be right back while I leave you on the split screen here. Okay, we're back. some discords here while there's a lull in the action. Y'all still there? You awake? Do I need to wake you up here? Wake up. See what the poll says, right? 43 votes, 63% think 77 will still win this KvK. $23.77 is putting people. I mean, I can go farm gems if you'd rather watch that. Got a rally coming in on the left screen here. Cyborg in with the swarm. Yeah, it's hard to do that by yourself with so many enemies there. You need at least 5 different players to commit to that swarm. They cancel the rally? Why cancel? I don't get it. Why cancel? Yeah, on this side of the map, it's basically 77 saying, okay, you want to fight us? You got to come to us. Probably mostly pilots now. Yeah, they get paid by kill points, right? Not a lot going on here. I don't think we're going to see much different until Kingsland. So it's going to be the same back and forth fights, passes changing hands here and there until Kingsland, which is on Saturday. So I'll see what we can do. Make sure both tablets are charged up Saturday, so we can maybe do a split screen for longer than a couple of hours. In any case, let us see what else is going on out here. Is Apo still streaming? That is the question. He is. we are gonna call it here, guys. I don't know what's going on tomorrow, but we will see if we can fire up a stream tomorrow. Maybe, no promises. Definitely try and get at least one over the weekend. We're gonna call it for the evening here, though, and get you over to Mr. Apocalypse Gaming when you get there. Hashtag Lipstick Gang, or pop the Lipstick Gang emoji in his chat so he knows where you came from. Thanks for jumping on, hanging out with me this evening, and we'll see you on the next one.